Okay, we're going to try this again. And note to self, don't touch any buttons when you're doing a video. Okay, so when we last left off, you had counted down from 10 all the way down to 1, and you had just relaxed your body. And I'm not going to do a formal script or anything like that. We could do that. But just imagine that you can just count yourself from 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and just relax. Okay, and just take a deep breath and just give yourself permission just to relax your shoulders. Okay, so before I started hitting buttons a minute ago, I was talking about this time where I cut my thumb, and I'm just going to like push that out in front of me, and I'm going to put a border around it. And the only thing that I've got right now is I've just got this picture of my thumb, and you can see that it's a pretty good cut. And what I'm going to do is on that picture frame, I want you to use your dominant hand, and for me that's right-handed, and I'm going to just reach up, and there's a dial like right there on that picture frame, and I'm just going to turn it up and turn it up, and as I'm turning this dial, the intensity of the picture is getting brighter and brighter and brighter, to the point where pretty soon all I'm going to have is this white screen, and there's like the picture's completely gone, and there's just this bright white screen right there in front of me. And the first couple of times you do this, you might have to just like twirl that dial, but eventually, you just use your imagination until you have this white screen. And then with your non-dominant hand, which would be my left, I want you to write the lesson. Okay. And in this particular case, like I said, pick something that's fairly neutral, so if you get a big change on this, great. Okay. But we're going to talk more about practicing in a second. So with my non-dominant finger, I'm going to write the lesson that I learned about hanging mirrors. Okay. And as I'm writing the lesson, it's like something really simple. Wear gloves when you install mirrors. Okay, and that might sound really, really, really simple, but like I said, I don't want you to start with the ultra mega mambo thing that's plagued you your whole entire life. I want you to start with something simple so that you can get a happy result. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a hold of that picture frame that has the new message. So all the information about this is now behind the white screen. And the lesson, which is really important, is wear gloves when you install mirrors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to fling this all the way back into the back of my unconscious mind. And because I read too much Calvin and Hobbes and think that life is better with sound effects, I always hear the sound of it hitting the wall, and it sticks to the wall. So when I want to access my life lessons, they're right there. Exactly, Amy. Somebody wrote splat on my message board. Anytime that I want to access my life lessons, they're right there. I don't have to go digging through a whole bunch of stuff. And my unconscious mind is more than happy to maintain those life lessons right there so that we can get to them. Now, here's something really interesting about the unconscious mind is they've done all kinds of studies, and what they've come up with from the neuroscientists out there, in order to develop a new habit, okay, if you want to develop a new habit, you need to do something somewhere between 3, and 21 times, and with the average number being about 21, so that your unconscious mind actually gets that this is how you want to problem solve. Okay. And I have used this particular technique. We'll go through it again in a minute. And I promise I will keep my hands away from any buttons. So, but once your unconscious mind has figured out that, oh, this is a way to solve these experiences in a way that is more useful. And I've gotten to the point where I can think of a problem, where I can think of a situation, that didn't turn out the way that I wanted. And even before I go, okay, I'm going to do this whiteboard thing, it's already done. It just goes zip up, 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 and turn up the intensity thing, and I write the thing and throw it in the back. And once you've thrown your memory with the new learning on the back, you have this hole right out here in front of you where that memory was. And what I want you to do is pick something pleasant, pick something fun. I mean, I just came back from the lake going for a walk. I could use that. My favorite memory that I like to use for a real pleasant memory is I have a memory of holding each one of my 4 daughters like seconds after they were born. I mean, they were born, they cleaned them up, they wiped out their nose, they clipped off their umbilical cord, and bam, I'm holding this magnificent human that I helped create. And what a great memory. Okay, so I want to go through this again, and like I said, I'll keep my hands, away from the buttons. But basically what I want you to do is just take a breath and count yourself 10 down to 1. And when you get down to 1, you just allow your body to relax. Okay, we do that all the time. When you flip on the TV and you sit back, the very first thing that your body does is it goes into a trance. That's why TV works. Okay, so count yourself 10 down to 1. And then what I'd like you to do is this time pick a different memory. Okay, and this gets into that 21 repetitions things. I don't want you to do the same picture 21 times. I want you to do this exercise 21 times in 21 different situations or contexts or whatever. And this time pick something that is pick something that you'd really like to change, or pick something that you'd really like to start doing. We apparently are having lots of time these days, so I've been doing a lot of daily meditation. It's not normal for me to meditate, so I called a buddy of mine. I've got an accountability partner. We started at 2 days a week, and now we're at 4 or 5. And so this memory that I have of I'm going to meditate, and then it didn't happen. So, that causes like a bad feeling that's like down here in my stomach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like reach into my stomach. I'm going to pull it out and put it out in front of me, and what I've got is kind of like a collage of all the different times that I said I was going to meditate and just, didn't. Okay. And then I'm going to put a frame around it. And once I have that frame around it, I'm going to grab the intensity dial once again, and I'm going to turn the intensity up and up and up and up and up until it's as bright white as this screen that's around me. And then I'm going to take my non-dominant hand and I'm going to write the lesson. And for me, the lesson is ask for help. And you grab a hold of it and you throw it into the back, and you hear the splat up against the wall, and it's stuck there. So you've got the hole out in front of you. And this time I'm going to pick my middle daughter, or actually I have 2 middle daughters, the older of the 2 middle daughters. And I'm going to hold her. And she was born with fire engine red hair, and she was hollering, and she probably still is today. But this is something that you can do in virtually any context to change the meaning. Okay, what's important about changing your beliefs or changing your experiences is that once you've gone in there and made that change, it will stay that way. Humans learn randomly. We assign beliefs, just absolutely randomly. And if we consciously or basically unconsciously or no, consciously go in and make the mechanical changes to make those things stick, you literally can change any memory that you want. And I'm sorry we had so many technical difficulties today. Please feel free to email me. Go to my website, drmichaelharris.com. Sign up for the newsletter because I'm going to be posting different videos and links and tips and all of that stuff. And I also you can find me on Groupon, and I'm also going to post the link for a free 15-minute consultation. And like I said, during this time period, if you're a new client, it's $1 a minute, and let's stick together on this. The last thing that I wanted to share with you, because like I said, I'm at home, so I have plenty of time to go out to the lake and go walk and all this other stuff. And it's real interesting that generally when I go to White Rock Lake, everybody's in their zone. Nobody's talking and nobody's doing anything. Well, I've noticed a big difference already in the last couple of days. Everybody is saying hi. Hi, how are you? They're still 10 feet away, but people are becoming more social, which almost seems counterintuitive now that we are basically sequestered from one another. Tomorrow, I'm going to be posting a Zoom link to I'm going to do an interview with a friend of mine who is also a coach, because even coaches need coaches. And she was telling me about that. Her husband has a business, and part of his business is in Spain. And Spain got hit really, really hard with this virus, and they have completely different protocols as far as safety and contact and stuff. And we're going to do a Zoom call tomorrow, and I'll post that. That'll be on the website, and it'll also be in the newsletter. So if you want to see that, please join my newsletter. Thank you very much. And thank you for your patience, and I'll talk to you guys soon.